Hello there. Each time I turn on the camera, I'd like to really deliver a message that would change the world, change my world, change your world, change something. But in another way, I know life's really big, and it's a big process. It's like a lot of people say, pushing or pulling together. You can only go so fast, but if you keep the momentum going, it actually moves. And I'm often trying to work out, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say to those who don't know what it is? That I don't know what I'm trying to say. The truth, I don't know. The Matrix, revealing the true nature of the thorn in your mind. I don't know. We understand this. Freedom fighting, these kind of things. Government corruption. All these types of things we look into. But what's our message? What's my message? What am I trying to say? Because it seems that most people are taking that for granted, as self-evident, that we need a government, which might be self-evident, I don't know. But the government needs to work the way it does is not self-evident. It's self-evident that we need, as the people, some kind of access with our hands directly into those machines, the Wizard of Oz controls behind that curtain. We need our hands on them wheels. Then we need to say, hey, Oz, it's us now. We are operating the system, but in a way we've got a system that we don't know how to operate. It's like, it's like a computer system that's encrypted to a great degree to stop it being breached, Good. But here we are, lost in this system. All the wealth flows to the top, rich, established families. All the land is then owned already, so it's like being born as a lottery ball. I'm a 7. I'm lucky 7, When really we're all one. Individuals. But back to the topic, and maybe that is the topic, self-empowerment, how can we do anything? I remember years ago trying to win a two-legged race, where two people tie the legs together. It's not that. You can't run twice as fast when you got a leg tied together. It's much better to have the freedom... Mosquito. Much better to have the freedom to run alone together, and then if one of you falls over, the other one can pick you up or carry on, do the task at hand. It's just this idea about self-empowerment, and it sounds so much like selfishness or narcissism, and we're often going to be bombarded in this system with this idea of, don't think about yourself, don't, the word selfie and onesie and all of these kind of words I see popping up, and to a degree it's kind of forfeiting the self for everything else. That's exactly what an authoritarian wants you to do, is to give yourself away to everybody else, to a bigger body, Even religions seem to want you to do that, to sacrifice yourself for a bigger body, for the church. But they're not actually saying the church, it's just that presumption's open, because in this spiritual kind of learning and teaching thing, there seems to be steps that go up. But they're not really steps that go up, it's just, it's just alpha, omega, first is last anyway. The presumption that the small children, you can make that presumption, or I do, that small children are just like innocent or pure, at heart. We was all like that one day. We should all be able to remember that status of seeing the world objectively, you know. We learned language. You know, we didn't associate one word with another. Ah, shoe. Ah, that's a shoe. That means that. You know, you hear the word and you see the object and you make the connection as a baby, as a child, you know. So the children are just got much more abilities to learn certain things than adults have already. But at the same time, we get that whole world given to us, you know, the language, the system, the self-evidentiality of governance. And through our parenting, you know, through mothers and like hitting like children or whatever, or fathers, like for not teaching children how to be righteous, you know, properly. All of this like makes this society like it is. We're all affected by our childhood, you know. Anybody who thinks they've grown up and it's just the childhood, it's gone now, you know. It just is. It's not the case. We're all affected by our childhood, and I think it all has reasons. You know, it doesn't mean that we actually have to carry it as baggage, or be, you know, be constantly reminded of what happened in the past. But it definitely affects the way our lives have arrived up to this point. And so why do so many people not see what some of us see? And what really is it that we see that they don't see? This whole wake-up propaganda. And then we have books or information sources of various things. A section of New Age spirituality. A section of conspiracy theories, ancient aliens, hidden secret cults. You know, there's all of these different kind of branches of knowledge that we've got, and they're all very like boo 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 boom 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 boom, ancient aliens, you know, really sinister. Wake up, the you know, the lizards are living on the planet and things like that. You know, I mean, it wouldn't actually make a difference if there was lizards on the planet. Then there is, you know. But actually, to actually add that deep music and the deep voice and the sinister graphics and everything else, you know, you could do that with anything else and make it look sinister, or you could make it look good. So therefore, why do we depict everything as being kind of evil and sinister? You know, all of these pictures on the pyramids, or the, you know, ancient books and writings and drawings. You know, it's obvious really that anything that we depict as graven images or graven words or lettering, it's obvious that that's going to be well, it's going to have a certain quality that does something. If you draw a smiley face on a piece of paper, it has a magic, it has an effect. You know, there's some kind of effect going on, some energy flowing, because it's not a really smiley face, it's actually a flat piece of paper. So there's obviously energy and cognizance and transmission and all this stuff going on between this and that bit of paper. So it's not like just seeing a smiley face. You know, the process of actually interpreting logos, is like the building of a brick wall, of a building of a tower, you know. Out of Lego, logos, you know, out of legs. It is literally the Tower of Babel, you know, Babylonia, you know, words, putting things back together and giving their meaning, built a tower, an observatory tower, you know, observation tower. What am I babbling on about? Bible.